Gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of TechWell, a program on CoinNewsExtra where we talk about startup investment in the blockchain, crypto, and fintech ecosystem. So this program will discuss everything about investment. We discuss about everything startup investments in the blockchain and fintech ecosystem around the globe. So today we are going to be focusing on Africa, seeing how blockchain startups and even fintech startups can position themselves for investment. So I'm your anchor for this show, Lee. So do well to follow CoinNewsExtraTv across all social media platforms. We are available across all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram at CoinNewsExtraTv. Just search CoinNewsExtraTv. You'll be able to connect with us to stay up to date with the latest happening in the blockchain, in the world of blockchain, crypto, and fintech ecosystem. So today we are supposed to have a guest, but unfortunately he will not be available. So we will be also expecting him to join us on the show. So what we're going to be able to do today is look at some of the highlights that we have here. I'll be able to have some discussions around this topic. Maybe probably by next week when we have our guest, we'll be able to delve into this topic proper and be able to dissect it so that you'll be able to get expert opinion to see how you can position your startup for investment in the world of blockchain, crypto, and fintech. So right about now, we'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll delve into the discussion proper. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back to the show. It's still CoinNewsExtraTv. We are talking, this is the show Take Wells. So we are talking about startup investment. So today's topic is positioning for investment as a fintech and blockchain startup in Africa. As a business, you really need money to function. Just like a human being, you really need blood. So money in the world of startup is for life. So if you are a startup founder or a startup that doesn't have enough money, you are going to be able to crash. You are going to head into crash. So money is very, very important. Fund is very, very important to survive, for a business to survive. So that's why we are looking at this, and we see how it is in this ecosystem. Right now, we are experiencing in the blockchain space low turn up in investment by VCs and angels. So this is what we are really seeing now, because we see that there are a lot of economic challenges, not only in Africa, around the globe. So we are looking at how startups can be able to position themselves. So what we're going to do today is to be able to highlight some of the major points, some of the major things that you're supposed to do as a startup founder, looking to raise funds from outside investors. So we're going to look at number one here is identify, first of all, your startup should be able to identify a clear problem that you are solving. So some startup founders or startups are focusing on some of the things that the founders find interesting. Yeah, it's not bad to be interested, to have passion in what you are really doing, but it's important that you also engage in something that is solving a real problem. So that's one of the challenges some of startups are facing, because they don't have the clear pathway to solutions they are bringing on board to a particular problem. So you being able to identify a clear problem that you are solving will really help you to know how to interact with investors, because most these investors are not your family members. So they are coming there because of the problem you are solving. They are coming to make profit. So they are looking at this particular problem that you are solving. Is it something that if I put my money, I'm going to get 5x, 10x in so number of years? These are what investors are really looking at. So another thing we are supposed to look at as a startup founder, look at, like I said earlier on, you identify the problem you are solving and look at how the solution can be scalable. The problem you are solving, are you solving a problem that just affecting few people? So is it a problem that is at a large scale? When a problem is at a large scale, investors will be able to see that this person, this project, or this particular startup is really solving a problem. So that is very, very important, that you demonstrate that your solution is scalable. express, display how this solution you're bringing on board is going to solve this problem. So another we are going to look at is very, very important. The number three there, or you should look at, is build a strong team. As casual as this may look, investors are investing. Most investors are investing because of your team. Yes, because of your team. You can have a good a problem you are solving. It can be scalable, the problem, but they are looking at, do you have a team that is capable to solve the problem, so that this problem will not actually swallow you and your team or the project. So it's very, very important that you'll be able to have a good team. Look at the team, assemble good team, people that have a experience in what you are trying to solve. Sometimes when we talk about team, we look at it more like you're going to hire co-founders and all the rest of them, or workers. Yes, they are good. As well, there are other ways as a startup that you can actually adjust your team and also get the people that have the relevant skills and influence that you're looking for. Like some investors are looking at the teams, at the team members, they have reputation, are they well known? And so this way, if you're if you have a young team, you can look at advisors. This way, you can also add up some value. Yes, this is where advisors play a vital role. So when we are talking about team, some people focus more on the team that are running the business, or the founders, the employees. But you can also adjust. If you have an average team as employees or founders, you can also adjust with your advisors. And advisors are people who believe in what you are doing. So sometimes you may not necessarily pay them. So there are some advisors that you just strike a deal with them. It could be stock, it could be some percentage. If you are tokenized, it could be some percentage of your token. This way, you can be able to have bring them on board. They will be able to deploy their expertise to your business. So this is also important. You look at our pitch. Creating a good pitch is also, pitch deck is also important. One thing we have is one challenge is that people, founders have in this ecosystem. This ecosystem is more of a tech, so blockchain, they are also tech focused. So most of them focus on the tech aspect of it. So you can speak here the tech language and be able to explain. So another thing is being able to convey this message, this what you have in mind. You have been able to translate it into a pitch deck. That's another vital thing to do. You have to be able to make sure that your pitch deck is compelling. It explains what you are really doing very well. And for anyone that looks at your pitch deck, will be able to understand just at a glance the problem you are solving, how the revenue you're going to generate, how are you going to scale this business. Those are things that your pitch deck should be able to project. Another point we're going to look at is networking with investors. This is very, very important. Investment is mostly by most people that have raised funds, though we've been able to relate with a lot of them by virtue of our media platform. A lot of them is by relationship. Yes, it's by relationship. Investors invest mostly. If you know investors, if you network with them, how do you network with them? When we talk about networking with these investors, it's important to know how to network with them. The easiest way I would tell you to network with investors and other even industry players through events. Yes, attend your industry conferences, meetups. Yes, those are places that you'll be able to network with these investors. They will be able to know who, because when it comes to investment, they're looking at who we are investing in. It's not about the problem you are solving. It's about who is actually solving this. When they want to have a connection with, some people send code mails and all the rest of them. Code mails, you will do a lot of it, but chances of succeeding through code mails are very low compared to attending events and networking with investors. This is very, very important. Build a relationship over time, not overnight relationship. Build genuine relationship with these investors. Connect with them. Explain to them what you are really doing. It may not necessarily be when you want to raise. Some people just do or create relationship because at that moment they want to raise and you start looking for. No, most especially the best time to create this relationship before you even start going for fundraising. So that's the best time to relate with these investors, create a relationship with them, and when you are ready for investment, you can easily pitch to them and they'll buy the idea. Another way is partnering with other businesses in your industry. So I know we are just trying to do this. We are going to go for a quick break. When we return, we continue with the conversation and actually round up the show. Please do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Now, welcome back to the show. It's still CoinNewsExtraTv. This is Tech Wells. We are talking about positioning for investment as a fintech and blockchain startup in Africa. So I know we have, if you are out there, you have some questions. Are you a startup founder? Are you looking to venture into founding any startup in this ecosystem or any ecosystem you feel like? Are there questions you have in mind? Do well to drop them at the comment section, whichever platform you are joining us from. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and also on LinkedIn. So do well to drop your questions because we are trying to wrap up the show because we're supposed to have a guest today in the person of Uzochukwu Mbamalu, who is the founder and CEO Palremit. So we are going to be having him on the show next time. For now, he was unable to make it. So if you have questions, do well to drop it in the comment section. We'll be able to take it once I wrap up with some of the points that I have here. We are talking about partnering with local businesses before we went for the short break. So another way is to partner with some local businesses in your industries. Partnership is another way to leverage the other business exposure, network, and even followers, or to reveal who you are, share what you are doing. When we talk about partnership, it's not necessarily there are mutual partnerships. So even the ones around you, sometimes if you're just a startup that are just starting, you have to partner with some startup that are within your reach. Partner with them. Yes, you share your network, your community with each other. This way, you'll be able to grow and you'll be able to be seen by other. There are some startups that are other investors are keeping tab on. When they see you, you partner with them, and because of the reputation they have and influence they have, you are solidifying your steps in the ecosystem. This way, you will be seen and you will be noticed, and actually you will get what you're looking for, the investor, and not only investor, the exposure, and also attract customers to your business as well. This partnership is very, very important. So lastly, before I look at if we have some questions out there, this one is very, very important. I purposely put it there, patience. Yeah, patience. You have to have patience when it comes to running a startup, and also most especially raising funds. Anytime you and your team or your board decide to raise funds from external sources, either angels or VCs, believe you me, you have to exercise patience. So because investment or fundraising is not something that you do overnight. You hardly see projects that raise within 1 month. It's something that they take their time, some even go through accelerator programs and all that. So you have to be able to exercise patience after you have been able to do all this. And exercise patience. Do not be desperate. Do not push on that. We want to conclude in 1 month or all that. Exercise some patience. So that's it. Our patience is very, very important, and it is important that you exercise it when you want to fundraise. So that's it. I will look. I don't know if we have some questions. The production team, I don't know if we have some questions. Okay. I believe if you have questions, we are coming with this topic again. We'll be having our guest next week. We'll be coming with this particular topic. I know, so that will give us time to go through this particular topic that we looked at today, positioning for investment as a fintech and blockchain startup in Africa. So some of the highlights that we looked at here, some of the bullet points here was identifying a clear problem that you are solving. Next one, demonstrating that your solution is scalable. Number three, there is building a strong team. Four is creating a compelling pitch deck. Another point there is networking with investors. Number six is partnering with local businesses. And the last but not the least, being patient. So these are the points that we looked at on this topic, positioning for investment as a fintech and blockchain startup in Africa. Thank you very much, and do well to connect with CoinNewsExtraTv across all social media platforms at CoinNewsExtraTv. And also, we have our amazing innovation that we just launched 2 weeks ago, which is the CNETV, that the CoinNewsExtraTV app, which is available only on Android for now. So we are waiting for approval from the iOS. So do well to download it if you're an Android user. Go to Google Play Store and search for CNETV to download the app. We reward you for every action you take. It isn't just to sign up. Whatever action you take, you are being rewarded on the CoinNewsExtraTV app. Thank you very much. I remain your host, Lee. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.
Welcome to Tech Wells. We can see how investment can be for a startup, even for the investor that is investing in any startup. Join us every Friday, 12 p.m. West African time, as we discuss everything about startup